Welcome to Google Ads Unleashed, the podcast that helps you harness the power of Google Ads to increase sales for your online business. In an ever-changing Google Ads landscape, we uncover the latest strategies, techniques, and best practices for creating effective ad campaigns that deliver real results. And now your host, Jeremy Young.
Welcome back to Google Ads Unleashed, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone has implemented some of the feed optimization tips I've given in the last two episodes. But in this episode, I've sort of left the biggest golden nugget for you, or rather the biggest hammer that can really improve performance of your shopping ads and drive fantastic results. And that is to add reviews to your feed. I've already teased this in the last episode, but it is absolutely unbelievable how important it is to add social proof to your ads if you're really serious about running shopping ads and really serious about generating great results with your shopping listings. So first of all, let's sort of take a look at the sort of why do we have reviews, right? What's the psychology of reviews and social proof? So generally speaking, humans make purchase decisions based on sort of the herd effect, right? So if other people buy it, if many other people will purchase something or do something, you're more likely to be inclined to do the same as well. It has a lot of sort of deep psychological reasons. You want to conform as a society member, you don't want to feel left out, etc., etc. But generally speaking, we buy most or make most of our purchase decisions based on what friends and family recommend and what other people do. And the second best thing online to having a friend or family member recommend you purchase something is reviews. Reviews show what people have sort of experienced when purchasing the product, right? A lot of reviews sort of say, oh, the product X, Y, and Z solved exactly this issue that I had. I love this product. It helps me do X, Y, and Z. This product is worth its money, etc., etc. And reviews are there for us to make a purchase decision whether this product is credible, whether it's real. Obviously, online there's still a lot of scammers or bad drop shippers, etc. around, and reviews just really add that last bit of credibility to every product listing, right, and our product pages as well. And the idea, and you've probably seen this as well a lot of times when you are actually looking at shopping ads, sometimes there's like the review, the stars right under the product listing, and this is the absolute most powerful element you can add to your setup in order to improve the performance of your ads. But what are the benefits really? So in the end, what it does, it increases your click-through rates on the ads. And naturally, if something has a lot of social proof, we as humans tend to favor that choice as well. So your listings, if they have product ratings, are much more likely to be clicked. The more often they are clicked, the more reach your ad gets, and it gets shown to more keywords. As a result, your cost per click drops hugely because naturally the more clicks it generates, the more relevant it is, the better the quality score, and your CPCs drop. It increases trust in the listing. As a result, people tend to stay longer on the page. Again, drop in the CPCs for these clicks. It improves the reputation of your brand. And in the end, it also simply improves conversion rate and your return on ad spend hugely. We always see when we launch, especially shopping ads from scratch for brands, after reviews kick in, it usually takes about 3 weeks after we implement it, we see a huge change in performance. So first of all, you need those reviews, right? So what I would recommend is to implement a review generation app that generates reviews for you. So when people purchase, you can set up automatic campaigns that encourage people to leave a review with your brand. You may already have such a review program. I would recommend setting it up to the maximum efficiency to encourage as many people as possible to leave a review. And you may also have one which may not be that suitable for Google Shopping, because a lot of the review programs that are out there, and the landscape is very competitive. A lot of them actually don't really favor Google Shopping that much, because they either lack the functionality to generate a feed for Merchant Center with these reviews, or they cost a horrendous amount of money. So I'm going to list a few which are not so good right now. So something like Trustpilot or Yotpo is very, very poor. They have functionality for product reviews. So for site reviews, they're absolutely fine as review providers, right? But for product reviews themselves, very, very poor. It's going to take a lot of money to get this functionality unlocked. What I would recommend is that you use something like Judge Me or Looks or Reviews.io. Those would be my three big recommendations. And now I'm gonna show you how you actually get these reviews on this. So there's a few parameters that you need to satisfy. For instance, you have to have at least 3.5 out of 5 stars throughout all of your reviews collected in order for those reviews to show on ads. Then you have to have at least 50 reviews, I believe, over a 3-month period in order for the reviews to show, and you have to have a minimum number of reviews as well. I believe that is 50 as well, or it might be 100. I'm not entirely sure, but you can look it up online, and the Google guidelines are pretty clear about that. So that's the first thing. So you just have to maybe through other channels which you run, for instance through Meta or email marketing, try to gather as many reviews as possible for your products, and then you have to integrate your review provider with Google Shopping. And there are 2 ways of doing this. So the first one is, first of all, you have to go into Merchant Center, and you will have to go to the left hand side and head to Programs and unlock the review program. Your account has to be allowed to review or submit a separate feed with reviews, and those reviews get then matched to your products and that's how you get the reviews to show on the ads. And you have to go through this process, and then there are 2 ways of submitting this review feed to your Merchant Center. A lot of partners out there, such as Reviews.io or Looks, do it automatically for you. So they are direct partners of Google, and they in the background can submit that review feed directly to Google, and then it shows in about 3 to 3.5 weeks on your ads. Or the other way to do it is, for instance, Judge Me is one of them. They generate a so-called XML feed, and once you are unlocked the program for Google for reviews, you can then head into your Merchant Center, into the marketing section, and then actually add this feed, this XML data feed, which is generated automatically every single day. And you can add it to your Merchant Center, and that way you can ensure that reviews are getting added to your ads. But something that's very, very important for all of this to work is to actually understand how these review feeds work, whether they are automatically generated for you or whether they are submitted by a seller through an XML feed. And that is, a review feed is nothing else, is again just another spreadsheet with all the reviews that have ever been made on all of your products. And the challenge that Google has is Google doesn't understand or doesn't know which review belongs to which product. And we have to tell Google which review goes to which product, right? And something that you probably noticed before is that in your merchant center, that every product that you have submitted, every variant has an item ID. This is usually, for instance, if you do it through Shopify, it's your Shopify item ID that is automatically being generated and used to make up this item ID. So it's just a random number that is allocated. Or it might be the MPN or the SKU that you use with whichever shop system you have and however you generate that product feed. And something that the review feed needs to match all of the reviews that you have, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands, to the correct product, it needs 2 individual and unique identifiers to match the review to the product. One of them is the item ID, and the other one usually is the product's barcode. So you may not be saying, but Jeremy, okay, maybe I can ask where do I get the barcode from? So usually you might ask your producer, wherever you get the products from, to please provide you with EANs or with barcodes, so that or GTINs they call, so Global Trade Identification Number, and you will ask your the production company whether they can provide them for you. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. If they can't, don't worry about it, because the next issue that a lot of people will face is, hey, I make my products myself, or they don't have a barcode, what do I do? And the answer to that is, if you don't actually have a barcode, simply go and buy some, right? And it's really worth the investment. They can be bought quite cheap. I usually use a website called barcodelove.eu, where you can buy leftover barcodes from bigger companies, and you can use these barcodes and simply allocate them into your main product feed, right? So you go into Shopify, for instance, add the barcode to every single product variant, one barcode to each product variant, or however you do it with the feed app or feed that you use, and you make sure that of course the identifier actually exists, that there's usually in your product feed there is a feed specification and a feed asset that is called identifier exists, and this constitutes whether this product has a barcode or not. So you have to tell, of course, Google it has a barcode, and that way you submit barcodes then for each variant to Google, and that way you can then sort of tell the review feed to, hey, look for this item ID and look for this barcode, and you can match the right review then to the right product. So this all sounds very complicated, but that's why I'm just going to say it again to make it very clear. So the review feed needs 2 unique identifiers to match every review to the right product. One of them is always there, that's your item ID, however that looks like, but it's automatically generated. You don't have to do anything. And the other thing is usually MPN or GTIN, so barcode. And of course, in the review feed, you can actually set which of these identifiers should be used, and then you have to make sure that your main feed actually contains these reviews. If you have a problem, just get in touch with us. We can help you either set that up, or you can naturally just ask a question. We may be able to help out, or very often your review provider will be very, very good in order to get this set up for you as well, because it usually comes with a bit of a price. So for instance, for Lux and for Judge Me, you have to have the upgraded versions, which cost like 15-20 quid a month or something like that, in order to get it running. And they're usually super nice and will be able to help you. So you will want to implement this, and like I said, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. So you want to be ideally implementing this as soon as possible, and it'll make a massive, massive, massive difference in your product's performance. For instance, I've got a coaching client, client in coaching via a partner agency of ours. And they sell knives in Germany, and I told him about this hack a couple of weeks ago, And he said he's implemented it, and he said once they kicked in, literally his performance was like day and night. He 2x'd his ROAS overnight and was able to spend more on Google Ads in order to grow more, because he generated more visibility, more clicks, cheaper clicks, better return on ad spend, and it allowed him to sort of push more ad spend and just generate more sales via Google. So this is something I would recommend you do whenever you can. It's absolutely non-negotiable. If you have a platform which doesn't support this at the moment, then I recommend you switch. It's better to, just bite the bullet and make a switch rather than to trying to negotiate the world of advertising without reviews and social proof, because it is literally the most powerful tool you can use, and it'll make a massive difference to your bottom line. So all in all, if you have any questions, let me know. This was a short one, but it's just something I didn't want to keep from you, and was something we use with every client of ours. And I really hope that this helps you. And if you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to Google Ads Unleashed. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. If you found value in today's podcast, please share it with others and leave a rating and a review. For more information or to connect with Jeremy, check him out online at www.younganddigital.marketing. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.